there, and welcome to another Sunday Sunshine Show. My name's Maree, and every Sunday I do a collaboration with the other two housewives, and that's Tina from Tina's Talk Time and Maria from Maria Crocker. And if you don't know, we've been doing this collaboration for over 3 years, every single Sunday. And every Sunday it will be a completely different topic. Last week we were talking about our teenage years, and this week we're in the kitchen. And if you know me, you know this isn't my favorite room to be in because I am not talented as a cook. However, I did breathe a sigh of relief when Tina suggested we do a no bake something. I have decided to do a no bake cheesecake, which I've never done before. And I thought, I don't think that's going to take too long to do. I'm also going to do a pasta salad. The first thing I'm going to do is the cheesecake so it can go in the fridge and freeze up a little bit. Then we're going to do the salad, and then we're going to do a taste test. So let me introduce you to Tina and Maria first. To start the cheesecake, I would start with the base. Now, I asked ChatGPT for this recipe, and this is what they suggested. Either digestive biscuits, if you're British, which I have my digestive biscuits here, or graham crackers if you're in America. It also asked for butter and sugar to make the base. And then I was in Walmart and I came across this pie shell, and it is a graham pie shell, so it's already made, and this was $1.48 from Walmart. I thought, let's just make it as easy as possible. This is already done. I'm just gonna put my butter, sugar and digestives away. By the way, I do have a question. When I got home, I saw that this was whipped butter. What's the difference? What is whipped butter used for? Answer in the comment box. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take the whipping cream and whisk it to soft peaks, because as per usual, I didn't think it through, and I've only just pulled the cream cheese out of the fridge. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a little bit hard to mix up. So I'm gonna take this out, sit it on the side, and hopefully it'll soften just, well, it's quite soft, but I still think it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to whisk if I don't sit it out on the side first. So I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna use, where's my, oh. I've only just started. I'm gonna use my whipping cream, and it calls for 1.5 cups, and whisk into peaks. Pour this into a bowl, and then I'm just gonna give it a good whisk. Stiff peaks, there we go. It now calls for 1 cup of powdered sugar, or icing sugar as we know it in England. Now this is where I could mess up, because it does ask for 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. I'm gonna do lemon extract. Do I still need a teaspoon? Because it's my understanding that this stuff is pretty potent. And this is a new one. Gosh, would I need a whole teaspoon? Or is that gonna be way too overpowering and strong? Should we just do it? Let's just do it. I just looked at that, and that's 1/2 teaspoon. That seems to be quite a lot. I think what I'll do is 1/2 teaspoon, and then 1/2 of that teaspoon. Then it does ask for a tablespoon. Oh, I've got it all over my hands now. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I don't actually know where my lemon doohickey is. My lemon, what's it called? Juicer. I don't know where my lemon juicer is. So what I'm gonna do is put my tablespoon measurement over this cup hopefully I can just squeeze as much as I can into this, as it does go all over me at the same time. Yep, it's squirting all over me. If I can get most of this into here. And then what I'm gonna do is grate some of the rind as well and add that to it. Urgh. Okay, so I'm gonna pour that in there. I'm just gonna do a little bit more for good luck. So I did that wrong. I was supposed to beat the cream cheese, add the sugar and the vanilla to the cream cheese, not to the cream. I hope this hasn't curdled. I'm going to mix this up. Then I'll beat the cream cheese. Then I will mix the two together. I've always got to do something wrong, haven't I? I just can't read a recipe. And I have to keep turning my phone off because the recipe is on ChatGPT, which is on my phone, which that's not an excuse. It just doesn't help me. Well, it seems to be okay. Nothing odd has happened. I just don't know if this has gone a bit runnier. Is that stiff peaks? That's stiff peaks, yeah. Should I taste it? I'm gonna add more lemon. Add a bit more of this. I suppose I better pour it into the measuring cup first instead of freehanding it. Yeah. And then with the rind, that should make it really, really nice. Okay, so how do you whisk cream cheese? Because I don't think this is gonna whisk it. Plus I need a bowl. I'll be back. So I did call for 2 things of Philadelphia cream cheese. I think the easiest thing to do, because this ain't, you know, how can I whisk this? I think I'm gonna try and mash it first. And then as it gets softer, then see if I can whisk it. I'm gonna have to whisk it with a spoon now. I can't, this is far too hard to try and, maybe if I had one of those really expensive, you know, ones that have the bowl, that might work. Those things are expensive. They're like $400. I'm not buying one of those. Not unless I win the lottery. Oh my gosh, this is difficult. Let's just see. Oh, this might work actually. Let's give it a go. Okay, so what I've decided to do is add some of this bit by bit, and it seems to be working. It's kind of softening up the cream cheese. I've spooned it all into this now. All right, I'm gonna grate some of this now. Don't look behind me. I think I may have cheesecake up the wall. But I have done it to taste, so I kept tasting to see, because I wanted quite a lot, a strong lemony flavour. I can't really give you the recipe. I can give you the basics, but do the lemon to taste, because I just kept adding it. Oh, how does this work? Oh, some of it's broke. Look, flipping heck. This looks like it's quite a lot of mixture, to be honest. I don't want to smush that broken piece up so it ends up going all over the place. So I'm just going to kind of fudge that area and just go around. Do I put it in the freezer or do I put it in the fridge? I'm going to turn off my phone for a second and have a little chit chat with ChatGPT to see if I have to put this in the freezer. So he told me I have to put it in the refrigerator for 6 hours or overnight, but that's not happening. I'm going to put it in the freezer until at least I make the salad, and then I'll check on it and see how it's doing. But yeah, I want to try it tonight. We're going to do the pasta dish now. So I have 2 different types of pasta. I got the rotini and the bow tie, and I like both of these, but my husband likes neither of these. He only likes the spaghetti. I did ask, did he want me to do 2 batches, one for him, one for me? He said no. So I am going to, I think, use the rotini. I like both of these because you can get a lot of salad dressing on the surface of these. So I think they're really good for salads. Anywho, oh, I could get some mint as well, add some mint. I got my mint in the garden. Yeah, I might do that. Add some mint to this too. So look, it's got nice colours. It's got the orange, the creamy colour and the green. This is actually going to be my lunch tomorrow because tonight I'm eating Japanese curry that I made yesterday. And actually, my husband said it was really tasty. Go me. Anywho, I'm going to boil this up real quick. So I've just been thinking, I'm going to be using Italian dressing that I'm not making. It's a bottle that I bought. I'm not sure whether that would go with mint because that's quite, I'm gonna say it's quite tangy, but then when you make mint sauce, you put vinegar in mint, don't you? So, what the heck, I might do it anyway. So first of all, I got some little baby tomatoes, which I'm probably gonna end up cutting up in half. So I'll add a few of those. I wish I had some basil. My basil plant died. Then I bought another one, and that one died, so I gave up, I'm not buying any more. As the pasta cooks, all I'm gonna do is cut up my bits and bobs that's gonna go into the pasta, and then I'll add it all together at the same time. Am I being silly? I don't like adding those little black bits in, so I'm gonna cut those out. I know I'm being a bit extra, but I don't know if that's the start of them going off. I don't know. They seem firm, but yeah. All right, so I'll cut these up. So I'm gonna add tomatoes. The larger ones I'm gonna cut into quarters, just to stretch it and make it go a bit further. We're watching our pennies at the moment. I know we're not supposed to eat pasta every day. I can't remember, is it too carby? I can't remember. Pasta is something that I could eat every day. If it was a pasta salad, like a cold pasta, I could eat that every day, or salad every day, or a really good sandwich. I could eat that every single day, or sandwich and soup even, literally. I don't have to have, like I grew up, my dad had to have a meat and 2 veg, or that wasn't considered dinner. But me, no, I could do pasta. So I've also got some roasted red peppers that I'm gonna add. No, I'm not. They've gone off. Wow, that is moldy. You know what food keeps going off really quickly in Texas? Bread goes stale quick. And this, I'm really surprised at this. This is like, can you see the mold that's in there? That's going in the garbage. I have a green bell pepper. Now I'm someone, when I cook, I like to make things colorful. So I normally pick up a yellow one and an orange one, and my husband always tells me to put them back because he said they're too expensive. I think the bell peppers, the green ones cost like 99 cents, and the orange and yellow ones are like $2.30. I just think it makes the dish look so much prettier. Now I do know that when you make dishes like this, when you cut a vegetable or a piece of fruit, and there's going to be several of the same sort of, like if it's multiple vegetables or what, well, you didn't see that. If there's going to be multiple fruits or multiple vegetables, you're supposed to cut everything the same size. But I like my bell pepper really small, so I've cut it smaller. However, my beetroot, I will cut larger. Fun fact, I have never cooked a beetroot. Wouldn't even know where to start. I imagine they take quite a while to cook though. Right, actually, I'm going to put this straight back in the fridge because this is a quartz countertop and it stains easily. They tell you it doesn't, they're lying, it does stain. We've got a couple of marks on our counter already. Fun fact, this has nothing to do with cooking, but last night I was watching a documentary about Monaco, and I didn't know this. I went to Monaco, oh gosh, back in the mid-90s. I did not know this. We actually went inside the casino, but locals, if you live there, you're not allowed to gamble at the casino. Interesting, huh? And I think that's probably because the Prince Albert, or King Albert, is trying to protect his people so they don't have gambling issues. I am going to add in one of these zesty dill spears just to add a little something. Do you drink the pickle juice? I don't. I know a lot of people do, so I'm just going to chop these up. Now, when I do a pasta salad, if I do a regular salad, I will grate the cheese. But if I do a pasta salad, I will do tiny little cubes of cheese, because I feel if you grate the cheese, it kind of gets lost and you never taste it, or at least I never do. So I prefer to do bigger pieces of cheese because I'm a cheese freak and I love cheese. So I'm just going to cut these into little cubes, so size, so I can get a good taste of it. It's a little while later and now the pasta has been chilled. We are adding the tomatoes, the beetroot, the cheese, the dill pickle and the green bell pepper. Added all the veggies. I'm now going to top it off with the zesty Italian dressing. So give that a nice healthy pour. Now I've made this pasta several times over using different ingredients. Sometimes if I just want to get rid of some odds and ends, like if there's a couple of carrots left over or a small bag of peas, frozen peas left over in the fridge, I'll make a pasta salad, and I'm really happy to eat this because I just think it's just a really good dish to eat. And quite often I'll do it for barbecues as well. I'll do it as a side dish. Oh, you know what I can add to it? And I'm going to. I have a bag of roasted pepitas, so I'm going to add some of those too. I love these. I like eating these just as a snack. Delicious. So like I said, I'm going to take this for lunch tomorrow. I'm going to check in on the cheesecake. It's been in the freezer for about 45 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to cut the smallest piece because I haven't had my dinner yet. I want to do a taste test. I do think a cheesecake made with ginger biscuits is really good. This will be enough. Right, let's give it a go, ladies. That lemon is coming through. That's refreshing. I know sometimes cheesecake can be sickly. Quite often we've gone to the supermarket and got the samples where there's 2 chocolate, 2 caramel, 2 plain, and I think it might be 2 lemon. But that chocolate one and that caramel one, now I love chocolate and I love caramel. They're just too sweet. That's refreshing. But that's gonna go back in the fridge, and after I eat my Japanese curry, I'm gonna have another slice. So for right now, I'd love for you to go over to Tina and Maree's videos and see what they made. So for right now, I would like to say, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is free. I'd like you to subscribe to Tina's and Maree's and myself. We are trying to get our numbers up, and I do appreciate every single one of you that either hits the like button, hits the hype button, or leaves a comment. And I do know who leaves a comment. I see you every week. Thank you so much. I don't want to call you out by name because you'll probably get embarrassed, but you know who you are. So for right now, I will see you on Friday, and it's bye from me. Bye.